Hector, I've been looking forward for this one for a while, dude, since you passed. Um, let's talk. I'm so happy that you just passed. Can you talk about how you feel like now that you just aced the exam, dude?
I got to tell you, Scott, a world of stress has been lifted off my shoulders because there was a lot riding on this for me, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of support I've gotten from coworkers and family has just been phenomenal. You think I'd won the World Series or something? I mean, boxes of donuts are getting delivered. People are just patting me on the back. It's been really great. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. It makes me happy. So give us whatever you can say. You can say like, give us your. You don't have to overshare. Like, give us a little bit of the backstory. Was this the first time you took a swing at it? Like different stuff like that. Like, give us a little bit of backstory to hook us.
Sure. So, I retired from the Navy after 23 years, and one of my first jobs, I worked for an engineering company doing installations. So I was a
Okay.
project manager, and it was pretty much predictive.
Yeah.
So the schedule was laid out, the budget was laid out, just had to make sure things stayed on track. So did that for a while, got really good with it, did some other project management type jobs here and there throughout the years. I'm an engineer by trade.
Nice.
And so in my current role, I'm a program manager now. So, you just kind of progress and move up, right? Well, the contract I'm currently on calls that anyone in this position has a PMP certification. So
Yeah.
when I was offered the position, I said, sure, I can do that. I was told you have about, year and a half to get the cert. Perfect. Got time to study, all that.
Yeah.
So I started out, asking some people who have just gotten the certification. And they said, "Hey, go sign up for the two Udemy classes. Take the
Mhm.
first one, take the second one, do them, and then you should be good to go." Right? Uh, did the Andrew Ramdahl thing through his course
Mhm.
book, whatever. Uh, and what I come to find after I took the test. Took me three tries. The first two
Okay.
I failed. Okay,
Yeah.
and I know exactly why I failed now. So Uh, the first time, a lot of it was just me thinking, okay, a lot of this is familiar to me. I get it. How bad can this be, right? I'm going to go ahead and go for it. And I started the program in December of uh, 23, I believe it was.
Mhm.
Okay. And through Udemy.
Yeah.
Took the exam that following August, failed it with two below targets and one at target, which was in the
Okay.
business section. So I understood a lot of that. Obviously, people didn't go so good, and I can't remember what the third area was.
Mhm.
Process, I believe.
Yeah.
So got down on myself a little bit. Had to travel overseas to Germany. Did that. Came back. Decided, you know what? This was last October. I'm sorry, 24.
Yeah.
So in October, I signed up, took the test again,
Mhm.
and I had brushed up on some things and did some of the practice exams in the book, and thought this time, okay, I'm going to nail it, right? Went, took
Right.
the exam. Turns out I did even worse than the first time.
Oh gosh.
Started getting down on myself, thinking, all right, I went in too confident, thinking I knew it, I was going to be okay. And a lot of the advice I was getting from fellow PMPs and other
Mhm.
people uh, was, hey, buckle down, really study this. One thing I was told was memorize the 49 processes,
There you
your
go.
knowledge areas, your process groups, right? And I thought, that's a lot of stuff to memorize. There's no way I'm going to get all that, right?
Yeah.
Everything that falls under initiation, everything that falls under planning, execution and monitoring, controlling, and all these other things, right? For,
Yeah.
writing the plan and stakeholders and managing the scope. And I thought, wow, that's going to take forever.
Yeah.
So I was at my wit's end. And then I came across your course. Just happened to go on PMI. Thought, you know
Yeah.
what? Let me look on the PMI site, see if there's any courses or something that can help me. And I
Mhm.
came across your course. And then the rest is history because I remember looking at the website and you shot
Yeah.
me an email saying, hey, let me give you a call and let's talk about this.
Yeah.
You gave me a call. You said, hey, I can help you pass this test.
Hmm.
And I said, okay. I said, I'm willing to give it a shot because I've tried every other course. It
Yeah.
hasn't worked.
Yeah, man.
And one of the things that really stuck with me, Scott, was when you had said in your course, you say, do not memorize the process groups. You
Yeah.
don't need to memorize that chart. Just you need to know it. You need to understand what goes where. And you do
Mhm.
that by the use of your games and, of course, the quizzes, right?
Yeah.
And what appealed to me the most was the level of energy that you brought with the course. Like, hey, you got this. You can do this. We're going to do it together. At the end, you're going to find success.
Cool.
Followed the entire course, did everything as per the instructions,
Yeah,
took the
man.
exams, the quizzes, played the games, did everything. Long story short, uh, with the coach that you had me set up with, Quayne was he was uh, he was very confident I should take the exam in March. So he
Yeah.
said, "You're ready to go, Hector, based on the way you're answering questions." So I uh, I went ahead to go and schedule it for it, and guess what? PMP being so popular now, there was nothing in
Yeah.
the Hampton Roads area till July.
Yeah.
Now, my cutoff date being this was the third time I was taking it, my eligibility ended July 12th. There
Oh,
was a
goodness.
spot on July 1st. So I had to take that date or I got to
Or
wait
else.
another year. And that
Yeah.
can't happen because meanwhile, the contract's just sitting there ticking, going, if you don't get your PMP, they're going to have to replace you. And I got to go find another job. And
Mm.
my company didn't want that. And of course, my family and friends don't want that. And coworkers, they're like, dude, will you please pass this? We want you.
Yeah.
So I had a lot riding on me. So I uh I scheduled the exam for July 1st, the only seat that was available. And I thought, okay, how bad can this be? I've got 4 more months to study. So I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Continued reviewing your courses. And what I did at that point was used all your tests and
Hmm.
quizzes, just took them over and over, reviewed what I missed, why I missed them, went over all of that. Uh,
Yeah.
took the exam on July 1st. Now, the first 2 times I took the exams, the first time I had like 45 minutes to spare. The second I had like 32. This time
Yeah.
I had like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which means
Yeah.
I used my time
Every.
effectively.
Yeah.
The mindset was ingrained in me. I knew
Hmm.
my processes, what happened, where, when, and yeah, success. I passed. So now we can move forward with my current career and life's gotten better. I don't know what to do with
Oh,
myself because
man.
I have time now. I'm not studying your
Uh,
course in the evening.
yeah, we miss you, but we're glad you're not here in a good way. We know why. And so, like, that's a heck of a lot of stress, man. We're talking family, friends, job. How did you manage that stress? Because for a lot of people, it could just drag them down. How did you stay above?
Um, I just getting in the mindset that it's all on me.
Yeah.
It's I have to do this because I have to do this for my family. But a lot of what weighed on me was that I didn't want to let down my organization. I didn't want to
Mhm.
let down my coworkers who
Yeah.
really they love my servant leadership style of mentality. They didn't
Yeah.
want to get someone else that changes things up and they have to go through all that. So how did I manage the stress of all that? I got very regimented. My day went
Yeah.
from
Oh,
8 to 4 o'clock. At
yeah.
4 o'clock, I clocked out. I stayed in my office for 2 hours. I said every day, Monday through Friday, from 4 to 6, I'm going to study quietly in my office. Nobody's going to bother me. And I did that,
Yeah.
utilizing your course. Monday evenings, I dialed into
Hmm.
the hard questions, I believe.
Yeah.
Then Thursday was my coaching calls.
Yeah.
So that helped too, right? And then seeing what other students were doing, how I was progressing and how we were all answering questions, I could kind of gauge where I was, and that gave me a lot of confidence. So that really helped. Those evening coaching calls were
Yeah.
key.
That's awesome, man. You just gave me an idea. This is cool. So, like you said, we locked up time. And I like how you said, like, when you got you didn't just like let the stress, beat you down and just say, I'll find a way or whatever. You got tactical with it. You're like, all right, let's get disciplined, let's get tactical. This is my study times. If I keep chipping off the block, I'm good to go. The idea that I just had when you were talking is like, we have a new automated schedule that came out so that everybody can see based on their how many weeks. That's like being launched right now. It's like half launched for half the students. And so they can see online, like, I got to get this done this week. And so chip, chip, chip. But then also the new idea I just had was if somebody says, and they could have their schedule on Mondays, I work from 4 to 5. On Thursdays, I work from 6 to 2, or whatever it is, or whatever. Then we could automatically send emails and be like, hey, bud, it's study time. Let's go for an hour or something just to hit it back there. So we'll see if we can put that in the backlog. But thank you for the idea. So that's awesome. And you went through there. When Kawane said, "Hey man, you're ready," did you believe him?
I did 100%.
Okay.
Um, I think looking back, I probably would have did okay, but those 4 extra months never hurt
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
really solidified my knowledge areas and how all that
Mhm.
interacts and where you come in the planning phase with different, the different areas you have to work on, scope, schedule, cost, things like
Right.
that. Um, and then I started working on speed of questions. Of course, what would the project manager do? Read the question. One of the problems I had is in anything I do, I tend to work fast. I like
Yeah.
to get things, I call it putting fires out. I like to do it
Yeah.
relatively quick. I had to learn to take a step back and really, really look at the question because on the actual exam itself, you can miss just one word. One word, if
Yeah.
you're not paying attention, will throw you off. Because for me,
Mm.
getting to the 50-50 was really simple. But for some reason, when it came time to pick one of the two left, I was bombing out. That's why I'm not a gambler because my 50-50 is not good at all. And
And it's hard to go against what your instincts say. Like, but
exactly.
so if we think about that time, like the first two times when you didn't pass, you had a lots of time left. And like you said at the end, you had like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 30 seconds left or whatever. So do you think like you were locked in, just like parsing out those like one or two words or whatever? Was that the difference that made you go a little bit longer, but obviously had exponentially higher results or what?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because to come down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds and
Yeah.
barely have time to review anything, I had questions I flagged, right? And honestly, I only
Hmm.
flagged one question. Went
Okay.
back, looked at it, changed it, got it
Hmm.
right. And
Nice.
and it's because I slowed down, methodically reviewed, just like you had taught us to highlight all the key words,
Yeah.
because in those questions, they're going to give you a scenario. They're going to give you
Yeah.
something at the start or in the middle that's kind of garbage, just to kind of maybe throw you off.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it, like
Yeah.
your people are happy. Okay, great, they're
Yeah.
happy. That doesn't matter in the context of the question.
Yeah.
And then what would you as the project manager do? And so
Hmm.
you really need to analyze a question and look at it, um, and then answer it. And that's what helped was just slowing down because before I would really look at the question, go through it, and be like, I know the answer. Boom, move on.
Yeah.
That was not a good strategy.
Yeah. I like that. Did you have much Agile experience before you got involved?
Not too much, mostly predictive waterfall because a lot of government work is kind of already set with a schedule. They have
Right.
higher level developers that set that out and say, hey, here's the contract. This is what we
Yeah.
want installed. You got 4 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever, get it
Do
done.
it.
And
Yeah.
and so I became very adept at that. I do like the agile methodology where we can do things incrementally
Mhm.
and show progress in small increments and keep
Yeah.
going. So I do like that. I've had a chance to work with that before, and I really like that.
That's awesome, man. So if you went out there, like this is a great, I think a lot of people are going to get a ton from this saying like, you know, just because you failed in the past, like one of our coaches has been with us for a long time. It's Misty. She failed twice before she got to us, and we got through the third time. So there's no shame in the game of like, you find out what works, and sometimes you go down the wrong roads, and that's okay. What would you say to those people that are out there that are either just getting started or have bounced down the wrong road? What would be your advice to those people?
Um, First off, if we're talking about the students that are using your program, definitely follow it step by
Mhm.
step, just like you
Okay.
say. Do not
Yeah.
deviate and kind of make it your own thing. And I'm just going to take the exams because follow it from day one all the way through the end, everything.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned to you, Scott, I even watched your watch this video before you take the exam one more
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
get me pumped up and ready. Um, and uh and that really helped. If you
Well,
follow the
just remind
course.
like a lot of people that are listening, like a lot of times when I think there's something cool that you're saying, like going through because a lot of thought and we constantly refine like the flow of the course. Like that video that's like, yo, watch one more time before you go in there. Like, what do you what's in the video? What's the purpose? How did it affect you? Talk me through it, man.
um just getting that sense of, hey, you're going to be okay. Take a
Hmm.
breather, clear your mind, relax, and attack this thing, right? So
Yeah.
I took it from a and personally I took it from a perspective of uh let's say a prize fighter, right? Like this
Yeah.
is the our third rematch. And
Yeah.
the first two I got knocked out, but the third one I trained harder, got a new training coach,
Yeah.
felt confident. I could dance around now, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I literally felt that way, like I was jabbing, and just doing what I
Yeah.
had to. And then when I finished and I went out to the main lobby and they handed me my sheet, the lady said, "Hey, have a great weekend or a great holiday." And I thought, yeah, well, I'll be the judge of that, right? When I opened this sheet up, and it was
Yeah.
folded in half. And
Yeah.
I waited till I walked out to my car because I said, if I'm going to have a meltdown or breakdown or whatever, it's going to
Yeah.
happen in my car, right?
Yeah.
Flipped it open and said pass. And I'll tell you what, it just the emotions, feelings that went through was like, wow, professionally, this is
Yeah.
huge for me. And
That's good.
I went straight to work. And to have people already at the front door saying, "Yeah, we get to keep him," and the CEO going, "Man, this is great, thank you." And it my company gave me time to do this.
Hmm.
They helped remove any obstacles, barriers, like a good servant leader would, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I needed. And I even took 1 week of PTO
Hmm.
from the 23rd through the 30th, and I spent 8 hours at the library Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Spent the weekend with my family, kind of relaxed. Went back on a Monday, the I believe that was the 30th. Reviewed one last time, and then took it on the first. But and I, like I said, I watched your motivational video that said, "Hey, look,
Hmm.
remember, you got this. You're gonna be fine. Um, just take a breather, take a step back, remember everything you've learned.
Yeah.
You got this." And
That's awesome.
that's what I did.
That's good, super good. Give me another idea. I think we could have dude. I'm so happy for how you did. Haven't cried on camera a while, but it's coming. So like, you did a good job. Shit,
Thank you.
like it's nice that like you were able to stay there. I mean, like thinking about the organization and the support system, like that you get to keep that. Like it's so good. Even the CEO telling you like we're glad, we're super happy. Like and operating with that servant, like you're in a good. I'm very happy. So such a good spot you're in. So that's awesome, dude. Yeah, and then I was also thinking like an idea like some people, not everybody, but some people could be like show their boss like, yo, this is maybe it's like me talking to their boss and be like, hey man, your person is in the program. This is what they're doing. They're gonna start blah 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 doing all that stuff. Maybe that could help, or either a PDF or something. Maybe that could help season up to the boss to be like, okay, I see what Hector or whomever is doing. Maybe I can support him in a better way. So that's another dude. You're spouting good ideas, whether you know it or not today. So that's awesome. Well, dude, that is super good. What's other than I mean, it's summer. Is there anything next on your kind of professional kind of outlook that you're trying to achieve, or are you just gonna do great at your job and have a good summer? What's next for you, sir?
Definitely have a great summer, right? So things have
Yeah,
opened up. Like I said, I've got time now because I'm not studying 2 hours
yeah,
after work every day. I can go home at a decent time. Um, but honestly, I was looking at other certifications in the in the PMI realm down the
yeah,
road, things that I can do because it doesn't just stop here, right?
yeah,
And work has been very supportive. They've been great working with me. They never really pushed me. And I have a high stress job. I manage 14 people, 5 departments. I've got, legal issues with some people. There's just
Yeah.
a lot of things, and I get called in a lot. Hey, we need you to come in, open up the file on this or that, whatever.
Mm,
I travel to the shipyard a lot. So I mean it's been really difficult. In that time,
mm,
I've got in a car accident that wasn't my fault. Had my car totaled, spend time in the
goodness.
hospital. I mean, if anything, and that final week leading up to exam, guess what? My wife's two best friends from uh high school show up and stay at the house, and they want to go and hang out, and they want me to
And
go. And but that's key also. My wife understood, hey, look,
yeah,
he can either have fun with us and we'll get that out of our system, or he can stay focused and do what he needs to do, because this is important long term. I mean, I was
love it.
literally looking at Scott,
Mm,
coming in on the first with a box and loading up my stuff, because the CEO
goodness.
said, he said, Hector, I don't have a choice. If this doesn't go good, I got to get someone with that qualification because the government needs it. And
Yeah.
I mean, literally, your course and everything, and you reaching out and talking to me, literally saved my job and my career. All right. And everybody can say, I'll get another job, but I'll never get another job
You
like
need to.
this.
Yeah.
And, the money I spent on the course, the time I spent is minimal to what, just everything that has happened. And, I mean, I really, my career, my workplace really made me feel like a rock star. And, just to have everybody so, like I said, the next guy that's going up for his exam,
Yeah.
he wants to get qualified. Man, I've got study material for you. I've got a course I'm gonna
Yeah.
put you on to.
Yeah, yeah, let's
And
go. Let's get them. I mean, the good thing is like, let's keep the good people in the organization and get
yeah,
it up there and good, and then serve the government in a good way. So,
yep,
Hector, this has
exactly.
been like an amazing one. I appreciate 1,000%. And obviously, we got PDUs, so you can recertify and all that stuff till the end of time. And yeah, I'm just so glad. And eventually, we'll hook up, have a cup of coffee or something, because we don't live that far from each other. And I just thank you so much for the way you went about it and you're sharing. It's awesome, dude.
And thank you to you, Scott, and your staff, especially Quayne and Bonita.
Yeah.
They've been,
Yeah, they're great.
I mean, I'm telling you, if if I could drop a pot of gold to each one of them, I definitely would, because
Me
I don't
too.
know
Yeah.
that if the just the enormity of what has just happened for me, because I literally took it down to the wire
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
my my eligibility time coming up to a close, and taking that's the last shot I had, and
Right.
literally hitting that grand slam in the ninth inning. That was it. And
That's it.
so now I can go on and continue. So
That's awesome.
I'll never forget your course, your crew that's with you. You guys
Yeah.
are awesome organization. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, dude. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate 1,000%. Have a great night, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you so much, Hector.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Scott. Take care.